Hello students, in previous video I have explained different marks of punctuation means uses punctuation marks. Now I am going to explain you capital letters. Let's see where we can use capital letters or where we use capital letters. To begin a new sentence, students, you know, when we start to write any sentence, when we write the first letter of any sentence, then we write capital letter. Then when we begin a new sentence, then we write capital letter, like our school reopens on 2nd July. The first letter of our is, as you can see, is given capital letter. Do you know the way to the mall? It's given, do is written in capital letter days. Then to begin a new sentence, then we use capital letter. The names of people and titles. Okay, when we write the names of people and titles, we can say the proper noun. Then we write it into capital letter. The name of anyone, we write capital letter, like the President of United States, Donald Trump, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses the press jointly. As you can, there's given name and it's written in capital letter. We always write name and titles, like the President of United States. We write it always in capital letter. Like, I haven't met Ravi and Kunal today. Ravi and Kunal is a name and it's given here in capital letter. And the first letter of a sentence is also written in capital letter. For the pronoun I, students, we always write pronoun I in capital letter. It doesn't matter where we have written it, at the beginning of a sentence or at the middle or at the end. We always write I in capital letter. Like Meera and I went to the fair. Here I is written in capital letter. Yesterday I planted a mango sapling in my garden. Here it's also written in capital letter. For titles of literary work, novels and films. For the books, we can say for literary work, for the novels and for the film names, we use capital letter, means always write capital letters. Like Gitanjali is a collection of poems by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is the name and it's a literary work. It's a book named Gitanjali and it's written in capital letter. Have you read the novel Nicholas Nickleby? And it's a novel name and it's written in capital letter. For names of months of the year and the days of the week, we always write the name of months and the name of days in capital letter. Where if we write it at the beginning or at the middle or at the end of the sentence, we write it always in capital letter. I will meet you on Monday. It's a day name and here it's written in capital letter. Her birthday is in July. It's a month name and it's written here in capital letter. For names of festivals and important holidays. For the names of festivals and important holidays, we write it into capital letter, like Easter, Bihu, Navroz and Holi are a spring festival. All these are festival names and that's why it's written in capital letter, like Diwali, Dashehra, Raksha Bandhan, Eid. All these are the festivals name and that's why they will always written in capital letter. We celebrated Independence Day on 15th August. For names of countries, continents, states, regions, cities, towns and villages. For names of countries, continents, states, regions, cities, towns and villages, we use capital letter, like the Malabar region is the area between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. New Delhi is the capital of India. It's a city name and country name and the region name, like village, towns name, continent names. These are always written in capital letter. For the names of rivers, oceans, seas and lakes. Names of rivers, oceans, seas and lakes are always written in capital letter. Like the Indian Ocean, is the third largest ocean of the world. The ocean name, that's why it's written in capital letter. A number of large rivers flow into the Bay of Bengal. For names of mountain ranges, mountains, deserts, and other geographical formations. For the names of mountain ranges, mountains, deserts, and other geographical formation, we use capital letter. Like the Himalayas are home of many of the world's highest mountains. Famous peaks include Everest, Karakoram, Kailash, Kanchenjunga, Nanga Parbat, and Annapurna and Manaslu. The Sichuan Glacier is the largest glacier out of the poles. Then all these names are written in capital letter. For these we use capital letters. For adjective derived from proper noun. Yes, when we write adjective and it's derived from the proper noun, then we write it into capital letter. Like I love Italian cheese. Okay, then it is derived. This is an adjective, but it's derived from the proper noun. And here it's function as an adjective, that's why it's written in capital letter. He is studying English literature at the university. For names of languages and nationalities, when we're talking about for language and nationalities, then we use capital letter. Like the French are proud of their heritage. Rajiv can speak Chinese. There, the French are proud of their heritage. Here it's used for nationalities, and here Chinese is used for language, and that's why they are using capital letter. For names of streets, buildings, museum, and art galleries, we use capital letter. I stay at 10 Cherry Blossom Street. The Taj Mahal is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Then students, for the names of street, buildings, museum, and art galleries, we use capital letters. For the first letter of every new line of a poem, when we start to write poem, then we write it into capital letter. Like rise, brothers, rise, the awakening skies pray to the morning light. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. These are the lines of the poem. Then for every new line we write it into capital letter. For names of ships, trains, and aircrafts, okay, all these names we write in capital letters. Since 24 September 2014, Mangalyaan has been orbiting Mars. On 15 April 1912, the Titanic sank after colliding with an iceberg. For the ship's name, train's name, aircraft, we will write capital letter. And we use capital letter for magazine and newspaper also, for the titles and names of the magazine and newspaper. For abbreviation, when we write abbreviation, then we write it into capital letter. Like ISRO, ISRO, then Indian Space Research Organization. Here we write this in abbreviation, then we write it into capital letter. Like WHO, World Health Organization. This is the abbreviation, and that's why it's written in capital letter. So students, these are the use of capital letters. We can say all proper nouns are always written in capital letters. Proper nouns are always written in capital letters, and all these which I have explained here. I hope students you have understood the use of capital letter. Thank you.